everyone, it's Liam the Deaf Doom Metalhead. It's time for a new video where I try and do something different for a change. So I'm nicking an idea as such from a guy called Mark at Wandering Souls, who does videos where he kind of shows off his coloured vinyl, but he does it in like a kind of trancey dance music kind of video where he looks like he's on acid and he's showing loads of cool vinyl. So I'm not going to nick his idea as such, I'm just going to borrow from it. So I'm sorry mate, but you know, I thought it was a really cool idea, so please don't shoot me. I'm going to show you some of my favourite vinyl from my collection, you know, the style of it, not the actual album, but the actual vinyl itself, and talk a little bit about it because, you know, that's fun. So this is a new one this year from the band Afsky, black metal, which for me really surprised me how good this album was. Wasn't expecting to like it, and I listened to it and I really liked it. I really like it, and the vinyl was awesome. It was like a clear black, with the artwork in the centre sticker there, or centre label, however vinyl purists say it. But yeah, brilliant black metal. Really enjoying this. I've spun this loads. It's got like a smoky effect to it if you can see it. But yeah, really good album. Came out this year through Vendetta Recordz. Solo project, and yeah, totally blew me away how good this is. Really surprised me. That's the album artwork there with a certain painting. It's just brilliant, and I love bands that buy art or get the rights to artwork that, you know, has existed for centuries, because that is so cool. I really like that artwork. Don't know how old it is, but yeah, really good. And then this one is a Danish band. Not Danish band, they were a Danish band. This is a Dutch band, Beyond Belief. Deaf Doom band from the early 90s. This is a re-release through Hammerheart Records, and that is the splatter effect on this one. Kind of like a leopard print style, but it really goes with the artwork. And the colours on there. Really good Deaf Doom, very early 90s sounding, like My Dying Bride, Anathema, Paradise Lost, but the early stuff. And you know you got that kind of vibe. And the Dutch always do really good Deaf Doom. Always do, still do now. There's hundreds of bands I could, you know, talk about that are Dutch. Well, not hundreds maybe, but yeah, brilliant band. And that's the LP there and what it looks like, so it kind of fits that colour scheme. But yeah, really good album. Check that one out. Another 2020 release through the mighty Finnish band Convocation. This is the Ashes Coalesce album. That's the cover. Brilliant funeral dirgy kind of doom. That's really epic, like really epic. It's such a good band, and it will probably be in my top 10 this album at the end of the year. This is the pressing I got. Both sides are different. Came out through Everlasting Spew Records, which is an Italian label. Really good label as well. And they do some lovely vinyls when they put them out. But yeah, really happy with this album. It's just musically just does loads of different styles crossed into the funeral doom. It's really epic, really melodic. The vocals go all sorts of styles. You even think there's a female vocal at one point, but it's not. It's the bloke just going really high pitched. So it makes you wonder how he does that. But yeah, it was really good album. Really good album. Have I said really good album enough? So that's that one. And then this one is another 2020 re-release. A Small Deadly Space by Fight, showed us a couple of weeks ago. This is a Record Store Day purchase, and the vinyl looks lush. Not the best Fight album, probably the is it War Spoken Words, something like that. That I prefer that one to this one. The Son Human Crate sells it for me on this album, but it comes in this like really nice smoky red wine vinyl, which looks lush. Yeah, really like that. That was probably the main selling point for me, because I really like the album, and I really like Rob Halford as a vocalist, and Judas Priest, you know, and the Halford albums, that kind of thing. So when I saw this online, because I obviously didn't go to Record Store Day because I have a family, and queuing up for records is just not something I would never be allowed to do or justify taking my kids with me. So yeah, really good band, or album even. And this one's another 2020 release through MSUO Records. Faceless Burial, I think that's right. Yeah, Specimen, Speciation. I put a link down below. I butchered that. Brilliant Aussie death metal. they have a kind of, there's lots of elements of certain styles of death metal in there, and it's really heavy, but then there's like kind of deaf human kind of sounding album on there as well. Really, really good band. That's them on the back there. They're from Melbourne, I believe. But yeah, brilliant album. When I first heard it, I was really, really impressed, because I've never heard of them before, and I managed to score this pressing of it, which is like a clear with like a milky blue, which goes really nice with the album artwork. Really, really nice. And it's a great album. It sounds fantastic. And it's a label that seems to get stronger and stronger, putting out quality underground death metal releases all the time. I think they're in partnership with Dark Descent Records, so you know the Americans get it through Dark Descent, and we get it through MSUO Records, which is there. So yeah, there's that one. And this one is some Italian death metal. I know Mark G of the Sea showed off his cassette version of this album not that long ago. It's based off the movie Zombie 2, and that is the band Fulci, which is the name of the director who directed that film. And the band's basically all about his films, I believe. Italian. This album to me sounds like the Bleeding by Cannibal Corpse. If you like that Cannibal Corpse album, you'll like this album. Pretty much, you know, guitar tone, the works. It sounds identical. And I was able to get the repress of the Bone White Oxblood pressing. So they kind of mixed the two colours together for the second pressing, because the first one just sold out. I think there's only 100 copies of this version anyway, maybe a little bit more. But yeah, really good, strong album. Just a bit of fun, simple, but well-written death metal. Nothing new, like I said, it sounds like the Bleeding. But then if you listen to like new Cannibal Corpse, and especially new 6 Feet Under, they don't sound nothing like that anymore. So when you get a band that kind of does it in that style and it sounds really good, it's quite nice to hear. And then this one is Gorefest, Chapter 13. Probably maybe the one before that, the most unpopular Gorefest album out of the lot, because it's not death metal, it's more death and roll. They've got a lot of strong Thin Lizzy sound on this album. I really like the album. I like all their albums. I'm a big fan of Gorefest, as people know who follow me. And the Back on Black 2019 repressors, they're all got like their own unique splatter effect. But I pulled this one out because it's just really nice. It looks really nice on my record player as well, because I've got a silver record player. It kind of changes it up. So yeah, there's that. Really good album. Like I say, it sounds like Thin Lizzy though. So if you want death metal, you're not going to get it on that one. It's basically Thin Lizzy with death metal vocal style. So that's Gorefest. Another 2020 release. Brilliant, brilliant Dutch death doom band, death metal band. They kind of cross over the two. It came out through Raw Skull Records. Yeah, that's right. Earlier this year. Brilliant brand. This is Graceless with Where Vultures Know Your Name. Sounds phenomenal. If you like Bolt Thrower, Asphyx, all those kind of really heavy bands that kind of have that kind of war tinge to it, but also a little bit more going on, these guys do it. The artwork alone is fantastic on this album. I must get myself a t-shirt from their Bandcamp, because it's just amazing. And it came in this like watermelon splatter effect. This is a second pressing of this album again, because it sold out pretty much straight away. I think the original pressing is like a Dutch kind of orange, but yeah, brilliant Dutch death metal, doom metal. They kind of cross the two, but it's more on the death metal side, in the vein of like Bolt Thrower, Asphyx, that kind of style. Really, really good band. Really happy I discovered them. Their other album, Shadowlands, is just as strong as this one. But yeah, when I saw this, I had to kind of buy it straight away, or pre-order it, because I had to pre-order a lot of these that came out this year, because that was going to sell out pretty quick. So there's that one. And then this is another 2020 reissue that loads of people have got. The King Diamond Them reissue through Metal Blade Records this year. I'm a big King Diamond fan. My wife absolutely hates King Diamond, doesn't understand the vocal style, can't understand why I listen to it. I listen to music when I fall asleep, and you can hear his high-pitched wailing in my ear most nights, so I normally wake up with an angry wife, but who doesn't? And then I got the pastel violet kind of purple one. It's got kind of like a smoky kind of inside to it. It was really cool. When I got this through iSaw Merch, I think, I pre-ordered it and they sent me 2 copies of it, so I sold one to my brother because he's also a big King Diamond fan. It was just strange how I got 2 copies of it. Exactly the same format, same disc, the lot, but I got 2. I only paid for 1, so yeah, he did alright at that. I gave him a discount. I'm nice. So yeah, that's King Diamond. And then this is another 2020 release through a Greek Death Doom band. This one came out through Life Force Records, and that is on Thorns I Lay with Phrenos, I think. Brilliant, brilliant band. Really epic. It's just solid. Just solid. Probably going to be in the top 10 again. It's just really, really heavy. Really good production on it. Really good melodies on it. A lot. I got the limited to 100 marble effect one. It's really thin, but it looks killer. So yeah, I don't know if you can see it really that well. That was that one. So I'm really happy to have that. That was mixed and mastered, I think, by Dan Swano, or at least mastered. He's done loads of albums, hasn't he? So yeah, and the artwork looks fucking awesome as well. Full gatefold, and then the other one's got an etching on it, but you won't be able to see it in the light. That's the band there. There's a lot of really good Greek bands out there. A lot of people don't really talk about them either. There's some really, really strong bands, and these guys are definitely part of that. So that's on Thorns I Lay. And then this is another 2020 release. It's nearly all of them are 2020 actually. Death Doom from America, really strong. Just recently got signed to Relapse for their next release. So that's going to be awesome, because that'll be easy to get. And that is Temple of Void with The World That Was. I mean, that artwork looks killer. I love vinyl with brilliant artwork on it. Instantly going to buy it. This came out through Shadow Kingdom Records. And yeah, I love Temple of Void. They are fucking awesome. Sound like Morbid Angel, but the slow domination kind of sounding songs. And they kind of put some kind of spacey effects on some of their songs and do some kind of trippy stuff as well. So you got a lot of mixed bag. And I got this pressing of it. A nice cross between the orange and blue with a splatter of black in the middle. Really unique looking vinyl. I haven't got nothing that looks like that. Really bold statement. Because normally when you get a splatter, they all kind of look the same, but they do a different colour. But these guys have done it totally different. So I really like that. And it's a brilliant album. Really strong. I prefer the earlier ones just because they're a bit more to the point, a bit more heavier. This one kind of goes out on different styles, but it's still solid. I really enjoy it. So yeah, if you haven't checked them out, please do, because they are really fucking good. And then this one is some Florida-based funeral doom with some weird black metal kind of tinges in there. I think there used to be a black metal band as well at some point. And that is Worm with the Gloomlord release. This is another solo project. I think there's another guy who does the drums for him. But it's got synth in there. This came out through Bonehead Records. And yeah, brilliant album for me. I like that kind of misery and death and doom and all that kind of stuff. So it's a challenging listen for someone who wants to casually listen to this album. You're not going to get that. You have to kind of sit down with it. And it's a glow in the dark. So if you shine a light on that, that will glow on your turntable. Really cool album. And this kind of format kind of fits it really nicely. The whole swampiness. There is a dark green version as well, but that was sold out before I could get my hands on it. So I went with the glow in the dark one. And I think that's one of two glow in the dark records I have. There's another one up there, a Creeping Death one. And then last but not least, this is a black metal band. I can't remember what they're called now. And it doesn't tell you on here either. Bollocks. But yeah, I was gifted this by Infidel Amsterdam, who has a big YouTube channel. He was giving it away on Instagram, and he just had to comment on his profile. You know, he wanted it and I did, and he picked me. And this is part of a trilogy, so all the album artwork is similar with a symbol, but the landscape is different. I can't remember the band name now. It's really going to piss me off. Weege Dude, or something like that. I can't pronounce it, but I will put a description below so you know anyway. It just shows how unprofessional I am in a non-professional video. And that is on this like aqua blue marble effect, which looks lush. I'm really grateful he sent it to me. It's a little bit damaged, which is why I gave it away, but not to the point you can't listen to it, because it's just a bit fuzzy between 2 tracks, I think it is, and that's it. The rest of it's solid, and it's a really good album. So check that out. There's 3 of them as well, and I think there's a 4th one coming out soon. So I'm not sure if it's linked to these ones, but yeah, really good band. I'll put away that later because that's a tricky one to get back in. So yeah, I hope you enjoyed that video. It is, like I said, a carbon copy almost of what Mark does at Wandering Souls, where he shows off coloured vinyl. But I thought I'd do a little bit more talking, you know, not copy it is, you know, how he did it. So I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Please subscribe to my channel if you don't already, because it helps me out and keeps me motivated to do more videos. If you like what you see, obviously comment, talk to me. You know, I'm not shy. I will talk to everybody who comments on my videos, because the whole point of doing the whole VC community thing is not to just show off my records, because no one gives a shit. It's more about talking about metal and kind of convince people to check out bands they might not have heard before, especially in the death and doom genres and that kind of thing, because doom doesn't really get a shout out on YouTube as much. You got your black metal channels, your heavy metal channels, your death metal, your thrash metal, you know, all those kind of things that are more accessible to the ear. Obviously black metal has its own, you know, kind of a cult following. But so the death and doom stuff doesn't really get mentioned too much, so I thought there's a whole reason I do this channel, is just kind of talk about those kind of bands, because that's my thing. I obviously like all styles of metal, but you know, that's my bag. So yeah, take care, and I'll speak to you guys soon. Cheers.